Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a grand solar minimum update. Thursday, the 4th of July, Independence Day, 2019. I hate to say I told you so. Breaking news, Stromboli volcano has erupted in Italy. Hashtag this evening, 3rd of July, multiple people feared missing, one dead, confirmed. Exactly as we predicted a year ago and repeated time after time after time. This volcano would take out tourists this summer. And it's a bummer. And it's happened, kids.
Like, it's kind of sounded like a big explosion.
Where's Matt?
She's downstairs.
And that's tonight's first boom. Not only that, we have the Cascadia rupture zone faulting in a major way, 6.2, 196 kilometers west-southwest of Bella Bella, Canada. No tsunamis reported upon earlier inspection. That could have changed, but at that low magnitude, I doubt it. We want you to keep calm. It's 4th of July. Fireworks are flying. And grains are soaring. Corn climbs on U.S. crop concerns. Soy, wheat also rise. That's amazing. Corn underpinned by lower than normal U.S. crop ratings as fraud is evident with the USDA reporting. London, July 3rd, Chicago corn futures rose for a second session on Wednesday with prices underpinned by concerns over late planted crops. Terrible reporting in the U.S., which continues to remain vulnerable due to the grand solar minimum weather. Crop loss reporting now deadline has been pushed back for farmers, so the actual crop loss reporting won't be known until mid-July, late July. And though that is going to make some volatility in the market. You want to talk about volatile? Let's talk about cosmic ray increased hail worldwide. Hail blankets Streeter area, North Dakota. Say it ain't soda. North Dakota Agricultural Weather Network automated reporting station Streeter reported 2 storms passing through the area Tuesday night. That doesn't look good. Wind gusts above 30. Half-inch of rain. That is crop loss in the North Dakota area, especially with corn, young corn, and other grain crops pushing out of the ground. Hail damage, the worst in Alberta compared to all other Canadian provinces. Warnings being issued tonight. Experts warned to brace for a season of summer storms in Alberta, which are like none other. Filled with hail. With cosmic rays increasing, hail in Alberta is imminent. Just like the hailstorms that tore through Hot Springs County. Near Thermopolis in Wyoming, just hours ago, the bright blue summer sky dimmed quickly. And the hail that flew was epic. Breaking windows and taking names. Whew. We're talking crop loss. Kent Hessenthaler reported that any place where his corn was hit by the big hail, about 20 to 25% of the crop was a total loss. Much of the remainder is shredded, though he expects it will still come in, but maybe a few weeks late. Also impacting the corn, he said, was the cooler spring and the grand solar minimum that resulted in only 40 to 50% germination of his fields. Also noted, he had 5 windows broken on the metal siding of his home. Looks like a hammer was taken to it. Hammer that. Hammer on. That's all we can do these days. Hammer on. Could an epic hailstorm like the recent one in Mexico occur in the U.S.? The shocking hailstorm that produced scenes of Christmas in July in Guadalajara and climate change's real statements from the state governor was actually not so shocking after all. In fact, it happens all the time in that region. Every solar minimum. In fact, we have the same effects in the U.S. Freak hailstorm dropped 2 feet of ice in Central Florida back in 1992. Who knew? Well, you knew now. Now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Links for all this will be below in the description box. Lime size hail. What happened to crack rock size hail? It's an official measurement, but meatball size is out. So crack rock and lime size in, meatballs are out. It's all those vegans lobbying against the hail industry. surf, sand, and snow. For some, skiing and snowboarding is their preferred adventure for the 4th of July. For others, flooding and cosmic ray flux, apparently. The 4th of July may bring to mind fireworks, family barbecues, or even Hemp Lucid visiting Three Canyons Permaculture Farm. But for some die-hard winter enthusiasts, it's an opportunity to take advantage of an extended ski season, snow the likes of which we were told we would never see. In fact, record-breaking snow for 100 years plus in some areas. Many ski areas around the country have long since transitioned to summer adventures, but Arapahoe Basin in Dillon, Colorado, Timberline Lodge and Ski Area in Timberline Lodge, Oregon, Mammoth Mountain in Cali, and Squaw Valley, Olympic Valley, California have all announced plans to welcome skiers for Independence Day. Hey, hey, hey. Al! Get in your hole! Is he in this race over here? What the fuck are we watching there? That's insane. White screen, Hurricane Barbara pushing across Pacific as powerful Cat 4 storm. Almost reaching Cat 5 today. We predicted yesterday that it would make landfall on the Hawaiian Islands sometime after the 9th, Monday. And their projections are matching ours. They must be watching the channel. There is the current track for Hurricane Barbara, according to what they say. You know what I said. Taco Bell restaurants hit by tortilla shortage that is affecting burritos and quesadillas. Millions of people are without sharding their pants moments after they eat the actual burrito, thanks to a shortage of tortillas that has hit the Taco Bell restaurant. That is over 4,000 wet shards that have been saved daily since the shortage. Worldwide volcano news update. Okay, seismic update. 6.2 in Canada, 4.6 in Afghanistan. We had a quake earlier today over here in Pocahontas County. And then we have, oh, there it is. 2.5 in Arkansas. That's the New Madrid getting jiggy. And the Cascadia, we're going to keep an eye on that. Very close eye on that. I'm sure you're worried as well. Let's read about Stromboli. And I'm getting hungry. As night falls, one can see the strong and delicious mozzarella melting in with the pepperoni glow from the craters and continuing frequent, typical Strombolian explosions of medium to large size sausage and pepperoni, but with the levels of this activity often observed. Anyway, the blast itself was likely the consequence of a gas-rich surge of fresh magma that quickly rose and exploded out the vents. Immediately before its rise had pushed the overlying magma column out, which explains the lava overflow observed before the eruption, the pyroclastic flow, and the death of humans. Unfortunately, today's eruption has claimed at least one life. According to news reports, a tourist was killed by a falling bomb, as predicted by the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, and another one was injured as their flesh fell from their skin, exactly as described 1 year ago on this channel. That had to be hot, man. I didn't want to. Sabancaya puffing to 30,000 feet multiple times. Stromboli killing people and removing their flesh. Just as I reported, just as I warned, the sheep will continue to flock and die in mass. Worldwide volcano news update: Kluchevskov, Popo, Dukono, Sangay, Sakurajima, Sabancaya. And we know, yes, it's true, Stromboli and Krakatoa. Smokaboa. We're about to do a dab. Let's check out where we're at. We're in the secret live studio. Trailer style, yes. This is where Lee and I grew up, in the mountains of Colorado. Now, let's get to some science. Spotty coverage. Climate models underestimate the cooling effect of the daily cloud cycle. We have been shouting this out since last year, as the work of Svensmark had been quelched and even smothered. Well, he stuck to his guns, and almost a decade later, the mainstream has picked up and has gave him actual critical acclaim, because the Cloud Project over at CERN corroborated his work, and the powers that be needed to give him kudos because they proved exactly what he was saying, even though they were trying to disprove him. But as early as January 9th of last year, which is almost a year and a half ago, okay, researchers found that climate model scientists used to project future conditions, including the IPCC, on our planet, underestimate the cooling effects of clouds. Now, why is that important? Because we're in the cosmic ray maximum of your life and all of human history and all of modern history and all of recorded history. And that means that cloud nucleation is going to be more epic than ever before, flooding, biblical, and that the albedo effect, which reflects sunlight back into space, isn't even being considered by the IPCC or other warmist models. Isn't that pathetic? Yeah, it's not even science. It's called charlatanism. So, a year and a half ago, we knew from Princeton that the IPCC's models sucked. And now coming out this week, no experimental evidence for the significant anthropogenic climate change. None whatsoever. I love this paper, which is not a schmaper. It is absolutely a godsend to people like you and me who are thirsting for knowledge, which is why you'll get the full PDF below, which costs billions of dollars to assholes everywhere. But it's free to our subscribers, which, by the way, are some of the most famous subscribers on the internet. This channel is going to grow so fast in the next 6 months, you won't even know what hit you. You know why? Just 12 hours ago, YouTube got in contact with us, and we are fully remonetized. All 1,023 videos, all 12 million views since we started a year and a half ago, all remonetized. And here is the full PDF as a celebration of the facts that we're putting down. No experimental evidence for the significant anthropogenic climate change. None whatsoever. The IPCC and the powers that be are so fraudulent that they don't even look at the facts. Here's the El Nino spike. Here is the Pinatubo down. And you can clearly see here how natural causes like stratospheric aerosol injections of Pinatubo cool the planet, and how here we have warm ocean currents like the El Nino warming the planet. It has nothing to do with you, nothing to do with CO2. It's the sun, kids. It's natural climate variability on the earth. It's our oceans and thousands of other paleoclimatological cycles that we have uncovered time immemorial. It's not you. It's the sun and many other factors. Now, if we come to the bottom of this paper, what you're going to see here clearly is the low cloud cover is exactly linked to the actual delta T observed. The red line is the change in global temperature at this particular region. The blue is the delta T calculated, yes, based on low cloud cover, and it exactly matches. Now, correlation is not causation, but this shit is undeniable. Green line is CO2. That's your fault. What say you? The blue delta T is more likely the cause, or the green? I wonder. I'm no scientist, but in conclusion, human contribution to any climate model or any change in temperature on the earth is only 0.01 degrees C. Do you know how significant that is? That's actually 500 times less significant than the standard deviation of actual temperature data collection, which means that the IPCC's models and the global warmist agenda is 500 times more likely to be wrong than right. Holy, see how I did that? Now, we have proven that the current models used at the IPCC report AR5 cannot compute correctly the natural components included in the observed global temperature. The reason is that the models fail to derive the influences of low cloud cover, cosmic ray nucleation, and the albedo effect on global temperature. A too small natural component results in a too large portion of the contribution of the greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide. In other words, the models are flawed to the creator. And what I mean by that is the IPCC created models that guarantee that you will be responsible for climate change for the rest of history. And that's not even a mystery. That's just bad science, and they can suck it. Hey, IPCC. Yeah. A startling spike on Mars in the form of methane, which is coming out of your arse right now. Methane gas is the potential indicator of life on the red planet due to farts from biological entities. But it's proving difficult to track. Now, I just wanted to say, NASA, if you smelt it, you dealt it. And that's a boom. Guys, you want to know how to survive and thrive in the coming times? Certainly don't watch the mainstream. The methane mystery on Mars is an obfuscation of the truth to make you interested in aliens and other shit, when you should be interested in your own ass on the planet that you're living on, which you're not. And that's because science is all settled, and they know how to do everything on this planet. We're going to run it right into the ground. But people like David Dubine, Ice Age Farmer, Christian Westbrook, and I are under the assumption that you want to actually survive and thrive in the coming times, and that you are not buying into the mainstream bullshit about what's not really happening. So, if you've been listening to us and more of my predictions are coming true before your very lives, as I make them, then you would be inclined to buy the book that I recommend down below here, which I am mentioning several times, The Climate Revolution, The Grand Solar Minimum, written by David Dubine, Bill Porter, and his son. Now, we sold over, I think, 200 of Bill Porter's earlier books, which was based solely on agriculture and all the current ideas on biodynamic farming. But this particular book is a way larger synopsis of what we're actually living. Understand, prepare, adapt, thrive. 4 talking points. How the sun will affect society, economy, and the food prices. Now, this information is scientific. It's based on data, proxy, paleoclimatological, mythology, and historical information, which is all of it, which is why we've been right all of the time. So, if you want to know how to survive and thrive in the future, if you're interested in preparedness, I'm going to implore you. And if you like the channel and you want to keep us going, buy the book, buy the PDF. Now, many of you are going to email me again, and I already got some of them. Can I get a hard copy of this for my library? No, this is not a library book. This is a get your fat ass off the couch book. If you've been sitting there waiting to do something and you think you need the hard copy of this so you can put it up on your shelf and never fucking read it, you can go suck it. This is an action book. In the 245 pages presented here, which were 4 to 10 years of research by dozens of people, you will be hyperlinked to all the information. So this 245-page ebook is actually 400 million pages, which is why we can't print it for your shelf so you can put it there and never fucking read it anyway, you lazy fucking pricks. Now, get your ass out and buy a $1 bag of seeds and throw them in the dirt. Actually do something. If you buy this book, it's because you want to do something. This book is filled with informative information and hyperlinks to thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of hours of information about the situation you're living. If you don't care, if you think that you're just going to buy this and put it on the shelf, tilt the grids down, that's the kind of people that will not make it. You will be eaten by your neighbor. And we're about to put the book on how to cook him. So stay tuned for that. Keep calm. Thanks to all of our Patreons, all our one-time subscribers, all our one-time donors, all our unsubscribers, all the people that just got here, all the people that will never get here and that you'll share it to and they'll just give it a thumbs down. We love each and every one of you. Times are changing rapidly. All the predictions we made a year ago have already come true. There's a few more to come. There will be more predictions happening. Like the Cascadia volcanic zone will begin to erupt, and there will be over 8 volcanoes erupting in California, Oregon, and Washington State in the near future. That's the next one to come true. Are you preparing? I doubt it. Check out the Oppenheimer Ranch Preparedness store. Simply write in preparewiththeranch.com. Preparewiththeranch.com. Someone said they Googled prepare with the ranch and they sent me the sentence. That means you're not listening to me. You have to go to preparewiththeranch.com. There are no spaces in a website in case you just got here. The internet has been around since I was a child. If you don't know how to use it, you'll probably lose it. If you're not planting this year, then you won't know how to plant. If you're not watching the cycles of the sun, you're not watching the seasons, you will not know what your property does. If you're planning on bugging out into the woods alone with your backpack, you're dead. And apparently you haven't watched this channel. Thanks for coming. There are 1,030 monetized videos for you to refresh your memory. Go get it.